All right, we back at it. Chuck Dizzle, live and direct, man. Keeping it homegrown, of course, as we always do. And I'm having a conversation with my homegirl right here, man. SHAEFIELDS is with me. This is a long time coming, man. I've been knowing you for years now. Shay with an A-E.
A-E, yep.
Can you explain to the people the difference between the A-E and the A-I-A-Y?
Yeah, it's not a Shay with an A-A-Y. It's not an E-A like Shea Butter, even though I am like Shea Butter.
Hello.
You know what I mean? But it's A-E, definitely.
Okay. What you say now, the EP is out right now.
Yes.
Okay, you've been working on this. You're no stranger to the business. You're no stranger to making music, and we'll get into the whole backstory and all of that. But I want to know how you feel, because I know it's been some time. The project's out right now. How do you feel now that it's out, now that the people have received it, the feedback that you've been getting, before we dive into this conversation?
Man, well, first of all, like, just me being on all these different social platforms, I never really been good at that, you know? Like, I had to restart my YouTube, just sign up for all these different apps. You know, I wasn't really doing the Spotify stuff. And so when I put this EP out and the visuals, and I just seen my numbers just going up, and I'm like, wow, like, I haven't even really been pushing it like that. And just from putting the EP out and doing the little bit of work that I've been doing, I noticed that, like, my Spotify listeners are going up, my streams are going up, the views and the subscribers, and that alone is just like, wow. I remember when I had 36 followers. You know,
we going up, baby,
right?
But I want you to speak to that, man, because a lot of times as creators, you know, we kind of get in our own way because we don't want to deal with that. Like, I'm perfect example. I handle the socials as well. You know, I've been getting used to it over the years, but it's like, if I can just create and not have to worry about that, that's the world I would love to live in. I don't want to have to worry about posting on the schedule and this, that, and the third. But speak to overcoming that and making sure that you show up for the people, you know, making sure that you're getting your business right on that sense, versus just kicking back. Because I hear a lot of times people like, well, I just want to be the creative. I don't have to worry about that. I had the team handle that. Nah, you got to learn that shit yourself anyway. So speak to getting over that hump.
So I'm like from the old school times where we didn't even have social media, right? I mean, when MySpace was out, right, that was cracking and stuff. So I still kind of had like the old school ways of things, right? So, but then I noticed that all these platforms, it's the way to get your music out. Right. It's the way to reach the fans.
It's a tool.
People. Yes, and it's like, you can't just sit back and not use something that's going to help you. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like you have to be on these things. Like, I'm not no big fan of the TikTok and all that type of stuff, right? But a lot of these platforms are the reason why people's songs start booming and beaming. You know what I mean?
Or the artist gets discovered. Like, you have to show up. You have to show up. So for you, what was that thing that had you get over it? Was it something you were resistant to, or were you open to do that, right? But maybe was it a conversation that somebody had with you, or were you like, just like, nah, I'm going to actually go for it this go around?
Honestly, I feel like it was a belief in myself as an artist that made me want to do it, because I really do not like social media at all. And I was like, I don't want to do this. Yeah. But I'm like, no, I have to take myself serious as an artist. My music is good, the quality is good, and I have to do this. It's like, more for me, it's a business, you know what I mean? And I represent myself in my business. And so I'm like, these are the things that I have to do. Yeah. So I'm like, hey, it's time to sign up for all these accounts. And, you know, I want to be discovered. I want to be heard, you know. And so it was pretty much something that I just felt like I needed to do.
That's amazing,
for me,
man.
as an artist,
5 songs on this project. Talk to me about the EP in itself, and because there's a couple of things that I realized. It's like there's 5 different shades on here. Yep. Right? Mm-hmm. Was that intentional?
Yep.
Okay.
Definitely.
Why?
So I look at myself like an artist. I don't look at myself like a rapper or anything like that. I have so many different layers of me. I've been writing music since I was 6. Pop, rock, country, hip hop. Like, I listen to jazz mostly. Like, I like to just write music, right? And I feel like a lot of times people just look at me like a rapper from the songs that they've heard, but they don't understand, like, some people didn't even know that I do R&B. Right. So I had to, like, you know what? I want to choose different, like, flavors of me, like the get it poppin' shade, the rap, you know what I mean? Come for you type of rap, the make you feel good, you know what I mean? The make you think, you know what I mean? So I felt like I wanted to tap into these different emotions and, you know, different characters, you know, of the music, and that's why I chose those specific songs, because they're all completely different.
Yeah, but you did it in a way where it was still cohesive. Like, it wasn't, when I say 5 different shades, it's not like schizophrenic all over the place, right? But it's like you said, different flavors of who you are, different sides, not different sides, but like showing different things that you can bring to the table.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The versatility of it.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Now, obviously, this is leading up to another, you know, an album, things that you're working on right now. But I love the fact that you gave people those doses, right? For you, which was the most challenging to kind of put together?
You mean
any one of the songs, like for like different sides of you, right?
Yeah.
What side of you do you feel like is the most challenging to actually display or let people in on?
I would have said tap it into being more vulnerable in my experiences, but I recently started feeling more open to talk about that because it's relatable, you know? And I don't talk about certain things enough. Like, a lot of people don't know nothing really about me in my personal life. And so I feel like that used to be difficult for me, but then it kind of came natural, you know what I mean? The other versions of me, the talking my stuff, is like, that's me. That's easy. I got that. That's nothing. You know, the R&B, like, I love R&B, you know what I mean? So that came natural for me. So I feel like it was all pretty easy for me to do all these different type of songs.
Got you. I'm thinking about you being an introspective person, you being an introvert, right? How does one, as an introvert, do music or do something that's you know, cameras are on you, you have to perform, you know, and even talk from the early days, like, because I mean, for the people that may not know, this is your personality. You know what I'm saying? You lay back, chill, but you had that side to you. You know, you could turn up and have a good time, right? But you don't let people in on that unless they're really like close to you, your folks, right?
Yeah.
But this is the entertainment business, and you have to put yourself on display. So talk about being an introvert, but at the same time, being in the public eye and having to turn it on, but doing it in a comfortable and authentic way.
Well, for one, I want to stay true to who I am, right? So I remain being true to who I am. But again, you know, this is a business, and I'm representing myself. There's people that don't know who I am. And you're not going to really get anything from somebody that's too laid back, too quiet. You know what I mean? Like, you have to still be able to speak up. You have to be able to reach out, you know, and talk to people and make them feel like they can relate to you. Like, I'm an introvert, but I can still get along and vibe with so many different type of, you know, groups of people, right? The girls that like to get it cracking, like they F with me too, you know what I mean? The people that are chill, they F with me, like the whole everything, right? But I think that for me, being an introvert, it is kind of complicated sometimes, because there's a lot of things that I don't want to do, like to do, but like I said, I feel like I need to do, you know, as an artist. But I still, you know, remain who I am. And at the same time, I just want to promote my music. I want people to hear my story. I want people to see my talent, know my talent. And the only way I can do that is by, you know, going networking and posting certain things, you know what I mean? Because I'm at a lot of places. I'm in a lot of studios. And I don't post it, right? Like, I'm around so many people and I don't post it. And I'm really big on, when I'm around certain people, right? Celebrities or whoever, and I'm working with them or whatever, I like to let them feel like a regular person.
Right.
So I feel like when I'm around them, I don't just be having my phone out recording and let's take a picture. I'm just in the vibe, you know what I mean? Even when I worked with Too Short, I feel like that's how it was, right? And he was effing with it so tough. Like, you come back here or whatever.
Especially
like,
you ain't got no cameras. Yeah, man, we good.
Right? Yeah, like, she ain't even with that. Like,
Right.
I trust her. You could come here whenever type of thing. Because it's like, once you make the connection with somebody, like a real human, you know, human connection, then you get their trust. And it's not like I'm trying to do that for any, you know, intentions of anything else. But it's just like we're people.
Right.
Yeah, we're creatives, but we're people, right? But, you know, sometimes I'll, you know, post a couple things just to let people know, yeah, I'm
here.
working, I'm doing this, right? But I don't like to do it to brag either. I like to just do my music, do it naturally. Like, I do music because I love music. I'm not doing it because I want to be a celebrity or famous, right? Now, if that happens, that's amazing, right? That's a blessing. But I'm never going to stop doing music, right? Whether I get popping or not, whatever, I'm going to always do music because I love it.
Speaking of having a love for this, right? It started off with poetry, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember your first poem?
Ooh, Lord. No, I don't.
Was it something in elementary school? Was it for a project, or was it for like just your own? You was like, I'm gonna write this down.
It was pretty much just like my feelings, like I would always write my feelings in poetry form, and just like being a kid in the house, and there was a lot of us in the house, so I would write about like the yearning for like peace, like to be somewhere alone where there's butterflies in the sky. And I would write stuff like that, like some type of like way of me expressing how I was feeling in poetry, right? Then obviously school, right? Elementary, people, right? What I wanted with my life, what I wanted for my mother, right? So it was kind of just the stuff that I was going through.
When is the first time you actually felt seen for that?
Seen, what do you mean?
Seen like you wrote a poem and somebody acknowledged it, like, oh, that's really good. Like, this is cool. Like, writing it for yourself, but then just displaying it for somebody, showing moms or showing, one of your sisters. We'll get into that. Shouts to your sisters. You one of 6, right?
Huh.
One of 6. You one of 6? Or?
One of 7.
7. Damn.
Yeah. 7 girls.
Damn. Okay. We'll get into that in a second. but putting that on display for somebody, what was the first time you actually felt seen for that talent?
My mom's friends, excuse me, my mom's friends would, kind of like say like, oh, that's really good, right? Yeah. But my mom never really, she was always like, do your work. She's always writing these dang poems and these songs. Go do your work, right? But I feel like the first time that I felt seen or felt good about what I did is when I first recorded my first song at 15.
Really?
Yeah. And they were kind of like, okay, she's going to record. Yeah, she's 15. What could she do, right? They put me in the booth, and when I came out, I swear everyone's mouth was like,
what?
Yeah. And then I didn't even know how to record back then. So when they put me in the booth and they put the beat on, I literally just went through the whole song.
Oh, so you didn't?
I just sang the whole song straight, thinking that's how it went. Yes. And they just let me do it.
They're like, whatever, go ahead.
I the way that it made me feel when I came out was like, what? Like, this girl is incredible. Like, who are you? That doesn't even sound like it's coming out of you, you know? And why are you even singing about this? You're 15, wow. Right?
What do you remember the song?
I wrote over "Smooth Strawberries on Top of Me." It was the instrumental.
What?
Strawberries on top of me.
Oh,
so it was that instrumental.
Got you.
And I wrote a song. I remember the song, and I was singing about like being in a relationship and needing to let the guy go because he wasn't like good for me and stuff like that. Never been in a relationship, but I'm.
So how did you?
That.
So I'm saying, like, being that early on, how do you take the emotions of something that you've never been through?
I have no idea.
At 15, so that to the point of why everybody was like, "Yo,
yeah."
Dude, so at that point, you got you got bit by the bug.
I mean, I feel like I listened to a lot of like Brownstone, Total, Escape. TLC. I would listen to In Vogue. That was my first favorite female group ever. And I would hear what they were talking about, and I would want to write something like that, and so that's kind of what I did at that age. I just tapped into. Mm-hmm.
So, okay, we got to talk about your sisters. Shouts out to all your sisters.
Yeah.
What is that like growing up in a household? You said seven
girls.
7 girls.
No boys.
I see. Now, if I didn't know you, I would think that you grew up around boys. Mm-hmm. So tell me what that life is like growing up with having your sisters around and with the day to day. What is that about?
Oh my God, it was so many fights.
I'm about to say, how many fights?
Hairs being pulled. Oh my, it was. But you know what? We were so happy though. Mm-hmm. Like my mom did a good job with us because it was so many of us, and still to this day we're all tight, close. You know what I mean? And that's kind of rare.
I'm surprised they're not here right now.
Right?
Normally they're always with you. Yeah,
and we're all different.
That's what I want to get to. Which sister are you?
My mom said I should have been her son.
Really? So, okay, so I wasn't too far. Okay,
right?
Got you.
But I feel like she says that because I'm the protector, right? Like I be protecting my sisters, like, and I'm like grilling my sisters, like, don't let nobody talk to you like that. You better stick up for yourself, right? Telling my older sister this, right?
Yeah.
Or like, just being a protector and just being the one to defend, you know what I mean, and the fighter, right? because my other sisters weren't really like that. Like, not that they were afraid or anything, but they weren't really like, no, whatever, she's talking crazy, you know, like
let it slide, right?
Yeah, they would let a lot of stuff slide, and I'm like, oh no,
no. So where does that come from, though?
Where does that come from?
Yeah, like
that's just who I am. I don't know.
If so, our majority of your sisters are kind of like let it slide off your back type personality.
Well, I mean, they crazy. Okay, we all crazy.
Right.
We're all crazy, but and I love that we all have different like layers, and I feel like that's why we are able to, you know, help each other, right? Because one of my sisters, she's really deep, right? With the mind and life and positive. Look at the positive in things, right? And so she'll have these serious conversations with us, you know. My other sister's like, I don't care. I'm just trying to travel and live my life, right? Like, I don't care about these kids, right?
Where the passports?
Right?
I'm stamping them.
My sister's like, you're a better mom than me. I would have been left them kids. Da-da-da-da, right? And then my other sisters are like more shy and quiet or, you know, so it's just a mixture of us, whatever. But I think that I was just the rowdy one, man. I mean, my mom, she's from Brooklyn, New York. So she raised us with like, she's tough.
Popping
like,
that.
Yeah, she's like, these California people are sensitive, right? Just the way she talks sometimes, like, it's real. It's too real direct, sometimes to where it offends people. And I feel like I picked up a lot of her ways. Because I swear when I go places, everyone's always thinking I'm from the East Coast.
Really?
They either think I have an accent or they feel like I'm from the East Coast. Everywhere I go. It doesn't matter.
That's wild. And
I'm like, I don't know why so many people say that to me. It has to be because of my mom.
Yeah, I think you've picked some things up over the years, and that's where it comes from. So what in what order are you?
So I'm the second oldest.
You're the second. Okay, got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm really like the oldest.
That's what I'm saying. So the oldest lets things slide, so you have to pick up that slack in a sense, right? Okay.
So she was in the 6th grade, and I was like, the 3rd grade? And I remember we were in elementary together. She was, you know how when they call all the students to the, what is it called? The assembly thing that they be having, right?
Rally.
So we're all walking. I'm walking with my class, and I see my sister, my older sister, and some other girls like trying to pull the jump rope from her, right? And so she's I see her like kind of like getting bullied low key, and I jump out of line and I run over there and I'm like, get your, I take the jump rope, I start swinging it around, and my sister's like, Shannon,
what? I got you. Yeah.
She's like, what are you doing, right? But I'm like, what are you doing? You just sitting here letting them do that to you?
Yeah.
You better, you know what I mean? She's like, oh my God, you're crazy, right? But I don't know, like, so that's why even still to this day, my sister's always like, you're my little big sister.
I love that.
You're my little big sister. But she also like when she introduces me to her friends, she'll like immediately let them know, oh, that's the sister that don't play.
Just to let you know, she's here, okay?
And I'd be like, first of all,
don't start off the whole thing
but
that
she
way. Right.
Right.
Okay, so I gotta ask you this, man. Okay, I want to still stick with the personal stuff, man. I feel like you are very, very good at being a mother, right?
Thank you. Yeah.
And you even alluded to that, like you said, one of your sisters, I would have been let them kids. Yeah. But when I see you, I see your kids, and I love that you put them on display. I love that you show that real, you know, on the socials. I see the real family time. Even when we had a homegrown event, you brought your kids, right? Yeah. So it's like, I love that you do that. How do you balance motherhood in this crazy business that we're in? It's, you know, tough. Prioritizing that, but your career is important too, but making sure that you prioritize that. So how do you do that as a mother?
Oh, it's tough. It's really tough because being a mother is my number one thing, right? I love my kids so much. They're my dogs, you know what I mean? My 4-year-old's always like, Mom, you my dog. You know what I mean? I'm like, you my dog too.
Yeah.
I feel like they are my people, you know what I mean? And so for me, it's like I love music, right? But I love my kids. And so, you know, I may, post them sometimes on my stories or whatever. I don't really post them so much on social media, but I definitely want people to know, like, I'm a mom, you know what I mean? Because this is real life, you know? Behind all what y'all see on social media, this is my real life, right? My kids are all amazing. They're all funny. They're all talented. They're super smart, right? But I have to make sure that it's tough. It's really tough because I have 3.
Yeah.
And I have to make sure I give each of them their individual time as well, right? Because it's very important. And so it could be tough. But a lot of times I don't really have too much time to do nothing else because it's like the music. I also work, right? Yeah. And then I have to take care of my children. And it's just, it's a part of life. I have to do it, you know? And being a mother is just amazing, man. You know, like they teach me something about myself. Yeah. Like they make me want to be better. They make me start seeing myself differently. Right. You know what I mean? So I appreciate that. And so like I love to do things with my kids. I want them to see things, you know what I mean? Go places that I've never been as a kid, right? I want them to see what their mom is doing. Yeah. Like I remember one time I took my daughter when she was like maybe 8 or something like that. I took her to this Christmas event. Like giving back Christmas event, and I performed, and she was dancing behind me, like my little background dancer, and I felt like that was really cute. You know what I mean? But then they were like, "Anyone want to freestyle?" And then my daughter's like, "Mom, I want to freestyle. I want to do it." I'm like, "You do? Okay, go ahead and get on the mic. What am I going to talk about? Talk about what you be telling me at the house all the time about the girls at your school and stuff. Go ahead, right?" So she grabbed the mic. She's up there freestyling, right? And so everyone's tripping out like, that is crazy. Yeah. Your daughter's up here freestyling, right? But, you know, for a moment, she kind of wanted to do it. And then she was like, yeah, I'm straight. That's not for me, right? Yeah. But it's cool to bring my kids to some of the things, you know what I mean? Because this is something that's important to their mother, music. And so I want them to see, you know what I mean? And ain't no telling, maybe one of them will, you know, get the bug or whatever.
Yeah, that's when I see your daughter, I see you. The things that you're telling me about the third grade you, I see I see that. I swear I see that from your daughter, man. But I had to tip my hat to you on that, man, because you know being a father of 2, and I'm a father. I'm not a mother, right? But seeing how it's very difficult, right? Yeah. It's the biggest blessing in the world, but it's like you definitely have to prioritize and. I'm the type where, you know, I post my kids a little bit more, right? So it's like I don't have that privacy, but I respect people that have that too. That's like, man, I don't necessarily want to put my kids out there. And then you got some people that just, you'll never even know I have kids. So it's like I respect everybody's like whatever, however you get it. But it's being in this business, I'm always curious on how other parents do it. It's like, because this is not easy at all. And there's no rule, there's no book to this. So I do that to try to like get little tips and tricks, like, okay, what can I learn from Shay? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So with the EP, okay, there's a little toxicity in there too.
Really?
Yeah, track number two.
Okay.
And there's being seductive in that one, right? How do you navigate in the space of relationships? Right?
Okay.
Being in a relationship, being in a business, is that something that's for you, against? Like, how do you kind of navigate in that space? Are you open to have relationships? Or are you like, man, I'm kind of cool? Like, have people understood what it takes to be in this business? And are they? Whoa, shit, you good? You good? You okay?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
How have people responded to you being an artist, and how's that for you?
It don't really work, to be honest, because it's not even just the music; it's also the kids, right? And so I feel like there's people that, right now for me, a relationship is not something that I desire. You know what I mean? Obviously, I would like to have a supportive relationship, right? Because I'm a supportive partner, like I can be, right? But you know, it's not easy. It's not easy grinding in this music and then personal life, you know, being a mother and stuff like that. So yeah, that's not a good thing for me right now. I haven't really met anybody that was understanding of it. And so I don't know.
Like that. I ain't got no advice for you on that one. I'm just curious about that, man, because I see people try to navigate that space, and you know, I've been successful at it, but I've seen, I just see how it wears and tears on people. And the thing that's sad is when, okay, we all have to be accountable, but when the other party doesn't have an understanding, like, you're signing up for this, low key.
Yeah.
You know what this is. Like, and if you don't like that, be upfront and say it. And that's cool, right? But don't put on the front. And from experience, when I hear from other people, it's like there's a front that, for example, me and my wife, I told her, I said, look, this shit gonna get rough. I'm in the entertainment business. I'm in the field radio where people say radio's dying. Like, this shit can get ugly.
Yeah.
So if you understand this, and thankfully she's been understanding of it. It's like we've been through the ups and downs together with it. But I've seen other people, when as soon as shit get rocky, it's like, you sure you want to do this? For you to even question that, me personally, that's a deal breaker for me. Yeah. You know, when somebody questions the career move and the things that I want to do. But again, the accountability on that side is like, well, damn. Did they really sign up for this? They said they did. Are they really going to go the long haul for it? You know what I mean?
I feel like if they have something that they're doing, right, there's people that can, rock with it. And as long as they have something else that they're doing too, right? And then sometimes people will say, yeah, I'm rocking with you. I could deal with it. But then,
turbulence hit.
Over time, now they're in their feelings, and they want more time with you, because people don't really understand. When you say, hey, things is going to get rocky, I'm going to be, it's going to be tough. Those are words to people. They're just like, okay, well, I got this.
Cool, yeah, we rocky.
Right?
Yeah,
right.
I can do that.
And then when it gets like that, then they're like, yeah, I don't know about this.
I see you in the studio with Too Short. What's going on?
Exactly. And it's like, oh, come on.
Right.
Right. So that's why it's important for people to know if they want to, be in a relationship or not, because it's not good to just, okay, no, it's not working, let's go, right? Because it's like, okay, well, maybe I just need to just be alone, right? But there's people that will rock with you and that are understanding, because like you said, you guys are married. I know people that are in relationships similar to, this industry and stuff like that, and it works out for them. So as long as, they're on the same page with it and they're understanding and they love you and they support you, that's right? Because that's the main thing. I feel like they want you to be on top. So they're going to support you and rock with it, when times get tough, because that's what they want for you. When they love you as a person and they support you, they're gonna rock with you.
Supposed to do that.
Exactly.
What do you feel like the business card track, I always ask this question, is the best representation of Shay? I know we talked about the different personalities, different sides, right? Which one is the best representation of who Shay is?
Of the songs on the EP?
On the songs. What is the business card track? Somebody walked up to you, you gave them a song, this one best represents Shay right now.
Dang. I'm going to say probably the intro of the EP.
And I love that. And when I heard the project, I was like, yo, this one, I think that the note that I wrote down was, it sets the tone, and it's like the flagship. Yeah. Right? It commands that attention. And it really displays who you are. You know what I mean? And I love that you said that. And so when you were working on a project, when did that stand out to say, okay, now I want to name the project this?
Actually, when I recorded it, it just felt like an intro of a project or something, because it was really saying about how it is being a female in the industry. And I've dealt with a lot of stuff being a female in this industry. And I felt like maybe you would miss it unless you pay attention exactly what I'm saying, right? But I knew that it was supposed to be the first song, because it pretty much set the tone on me and my personality. And, hey, this is me. I'm an artist. Take me seriously. Don't play no games with me. I already know all these little tricks, y'all. You know what I mean? So I'm going to let y'all know straight from the jump. Yeah. I ain't with no funny stuff. I'm with my business. This is what it is, right? And then I was trying to figure out what I wanted to name the EP. And then for some reason, I'm like, what you say now? What you say? I don't know. It just kind of was like, there's so many things you can say after that. What you say? Like, I'm saying all kinds of stuff. Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I felt like that's perfect. Yeah. It just fit.
All right. So my homegirl, SHAEFIELDS. All right. AE.
Yes.
All right. AE. That's how they can find you everywhere. Say what you say. The EP is out right now. Again, give them the rundown, how they can find you, Google you, all that good stuff.
Listen, all you got to do is go to Google. You're going to find me there. Google me.
SHAEFIELDS.
Shay with an AE, y'all. Official SHAEFIELDS on Instagram, because that's where I'm mainly at. You can find me on there like every day, all day, right? I got my Twitter popping, so follow me.
X Twitter, whatever you call it, just find it there.
Whatever y'all, YouTube, SHAEFIELDS. Yeah, just Google that.
Hey, man, I appreciate you pulling on up. I look forward to the next conversation, because I know it's going to be, even better, evolving. Just continue to do your thing. I appreciate you.
And I appreciate you.
Love.
You know what I mean? I've been watching your growth forever too. So man, I'm really proud of you, and thank you so much for having me.
Of course.
I really appreciate you.
Till the next time, man. We live and direct. Keep it at home, grown. Hey. SHAEFIELDS.
What it do?